this is a toolbox that I made. When I first got this toolbox, I got it as a cabinet like this on wheels, so it was already a rolling cabinet. And what I ended up doing was I was working on a truck, so I needed to out there in the back, and I needed an all-terrain cart, so I put it on these casters here. It works pretty good. Designing this cart, I wanted to make sure this could hold a lot of weight. So it has 3 casters back here, and the rest are tires. There's 7 wheels in the back, and then the front also. It doesn't need to have 3 wheels for each corner. I just did that for fun. 1 is going to work. Technically, 3 is not really going to help you out. 3 in each corner, wheels like this. But for fun and for looks, I get a lot of comments about this cart, so I thought it would be fun to show this. You can see it's pretty heavy and it rolls no problem at all. I mean, right now it's loaded up with some tools. It could hold more. Another thing you'll notice is these handles. These are just some handles that I ended up getting from Home Depot, but they're 30 inches up. That way it'll give me grip. I could pick up the whole cabinet if I was strong enough to get it over bumps, as opposed to having one big one up here, which I still want to have one big one up here to roll around to tug on it. But these lower ones at 30 inches are just the ones I could use to pick up the cabinet. I can't pick up the cabinet if it's this high. And over here at the end, I have a place for standers and brackets, some shelves. And some screws to this wood. The reason I was thinking about this is I could put my toolboxes, these smaller ones here, or I could use it for a shelf. It's not really a big deal, but I had this stuff, so I decided to use it. Okay, so now you might ask, is why do I have so many wheels? Well, besides, in my opinion, it looking cool, and because I can do it, I have another cart. This one here. And now before I put this cart on wheels, before it was on these big casters, I had the main cabinet itself sitting on this flat cart. Well, I wanted my cart back because I like to move stuff around with this. Well, one thing I realized, some of the things that I move around in my boats, now underneath the carpet I have a hole here, and that accepts the ball. So I can put the ball in, secure it down, and put my trailer tongue right on it. And most of my boats are cool. I have a couple of them. Most of them are cool to move around with this, no problem. I can just wheel it around. But one boat that the tongue is so heavy that it makes these wheels almost flat. So flat that I don't really want to move it around. So then I was thinking when I was building this, if it's going to hold a lot of weight, like I wanted to, then I need to have more wheels. So this cart I'm probably going to modify. I'll probably do the same thing with this and put maybe 2 more in each corner. I'm not really sure, still messing around with that. But as far as the fun goes, I'm not going to mess around. I'll just leave it the way it is. But it's a fun cart to have. I'm lucky to have it. So back to this. This will hold a bunch of weight. Each tire is rated for 300 pounds. Now these are Harbor Freight casters, and they're about 20 bucks, 25 bucks each. I got them on sale, so I got them for cheaper than that. If you go to harborfreight.com and you read under the reviews, a lot of people are whiners. They're talking about the tires and stuff. Well, that's just because they don't know. They see the tires go flat. I mean, never mind all that. I think they're good tires, really, overall. And even these swivel ones are pretty darn good. You see here, I haven't put any oil on them. You'll hear some squeaking. So I'll apply this one more time, take it apart, put some oil on it. So I'll show you how I make the wheels if anybody's interested in another video, and we'll take it from there. So the rest of this video I'm going to just go fast forward. I'll show you the progress that I made putting everything together. So I'll make that quick. We'll just go forward through that real fast. And in the next video I'll show you how I made those wheels. Alright, here's what the backyard looked like a couple months ago when I was working on the truck full time. So here's the toolbox that I made on the rolling cart. Here's some of the tools that I have in here. As you can see, I used some reclaimed 2x lumber and I fastened the wheels to that. And the handle that I'm installing is one you would usually find on a commercial door. Here I am rolling the cart around for the first time, checking out how it works and how it turns. Pretty good. One thing that was driving me crazy before is when I rolled it around, the drawers would open, and because the center of gravity, if the drawers open, the cart would want to tip over. So I decided I had to add locks. It took me a little more than an hour to get all 4 locks installed. They're a little tight, but overall, it's pretty nice. So here I finally have it rolling, and I have the little toolboxes on top of the big toolbox, and it's fully loaded, and here I'm checking out how it rolls with all the weight on it. Yeah, and it rolls pretty good. Here I'm staging the standards that I'm going to use for the adjustable shelves. So I'm getting those in place. In this clip, you'll see that I'm modifying the metal rigid caster itself. I had to drill a hole through one side of it, a 5/8 hole, to accommodate the rod going through here. Now that I'm reinstalling the rigid casters, the rod's going to ensure that everything's straight and that the tires don't wear funny and the cart rolls straight. So now I have the rod cut to length to fit the other wheels. And I have a washer and a cotter pin going through it so that the wheels stay on. So in reality, the cart's only going to be as strong as the rigid caster. The metal itself on the caster, I could have 100 wheels. It's not going to make a difference. So in another second, you'll see that I'm going to put another caster in the center. And having 3 casters in the back will give it the extra strength that I'm looking for. I gotta tell you, it looks really cool with the 3 wheels like that in each corner. So alright, here we go. 1 extra caster means extra strength. So now that the back of the cart is done with the 7 wheels, I'm going to focus my attention to the front and add 3 wheels in each corner instead of just 1. Now if I could add an extra swivel caster I would, but because it swivels, there's no room to have it. But the next video I'll show you how I did that, so stay tuned for that. And here's a little extra of the 66 that I'm working on.